Okay, let's try this again. Okay, so today what we are going to discuss is 1099s. So first, how's everyone's Wednesday morning going? Mine is going pretty well. Today, just for instance, I let my boys walk to school for the first time. I am a mom and I am trying to give them a little leeway here and there to be a little bit more independent. So I'm just a little nervous that I won't feel comfortable until I put my eyes on them later on today when I pick them up. But that's how my Wednesday morning has been going. I hope yours is going well. It's going great as well. Um, what I wanted to hop on today to discuss is 1099s. It's twins. My boys are twins. And you see there on my mind. But yeah, what I wanted to go over today are 1099s because since we are coming to the end of 2024, that's one of the requirements for business owners. And even like if you're not a business owner, you may receive a 1099. So I want to just go over some of the most popular 1099s, the requirements, if you may be receiving one, the deadlines to issue the 1099. So those are some of the things that I want to go over today. Yes, Family Dad. Family Dad sent a chat. Yes, I hope they made it as well. I pray that they do. They made it. So, and thanks for joining me today. So, some of the 1099s that I want to go over are the two most common 1099s. It are the 1099 miscellaneous and the 1099 NEC. So, and I just found this out today. It was a fun fact. I know I'm maybe all over the place sometimes, but yeah, this is a fun fact that we have, and I thought it was more than this, but we have a total of 20 different types of 1099s that are out there. I thought it was more than that. I know 20 is a lot, but I really did think it was more. So, like I mentioned, the most common ones that business owners will see are the 1099 NECs, the 1099 miscellaneous, and also another one is the 1099K. So yeah, those are some of the most common ones that you will receive. And so the first one I would like for us to review, and if you have any questions, just let me know. I try to make sure I keep my eye on the chat. So if you have any questions, I'll be able to answer them as I go. So the first 1099 we will review or I will go over is the 1099 NEC. And I also would like to add this is that when I went, because right before going on live, I was like, okay, let me get everything in order with what I want to discuss with you all because I hate being all over the place. But there is so much information out there about 1099s. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, this is a lot. So even though I know a lot about them, I know a lot about the 1099s, but it is a lot of information out there, especially when you're dealing with 20 different types of 1099s. Okay, so on to discussing the 1099 NEC. So the 1099 NEC is a 1099 that you will report to a non-independent, non-employee. It's a non-employee compensation. So the NEC stands for non-employee compensation, and it's typically paid to independent contractors. So if you hired, for example, an independent caregiver, a driver, or a consultant and paid them $600 or more, you may be required to issue a 1099 NEC. So a 1099 NEC, 1099 NECs are issued to independent contractors that are not incorporated. That what this means is that they operate as a sole proprietor or a partnership. And this does include a LLC because remember, LLC uh, is like a sole proprietorship. It's just giving your company limited liability. So it is also you would um give a 1099 NEC to someone who has an LLC. And it does not include, so this does not include the C corporations or S corporations. So if who you hired is a C corp or S corp, and they're just coming in and doing contract work for you, they're not required to receive a 1099 NEC. And a side note to this is that attorneys will always be required to receive, you will always be required to issue a 1099 miscellaneous. Now, this is a miscellaneous, and we're going to go over miscellaneous in a little, but attorneys are always required to issue a 1099 miscellaneous, regardless of if they're a corporation or not. So, for instance, if you pay someone or a company that is not incorporated for services like a caregiver, a driver, your cleaning service, maintenance crew, etc., you will ask them to complete a W-9. And that's something that we need to start gathering right now. You need to start going over your reports, seeing who you've paid throughout this year to provide services for you. Make sure you have a W-9 for those companies that you do business with. If you don't have a W-9 for them, then go ahead and request for them to complete a W-9 for you. And this is so you can issue them a 1099 NEC. You should start making sure, yes, just start making sure that you start collecting these W-9s from the contractors. And another thing I wanted to mention is that if you do have to send these 1099 NECs out to independent contractors, the deadline is January the 31st for you to issue these reports out. And the reports they go out, and a lot of people did not know this, a lot of people don't know this, but you don't just give a 1099 to your independent contractor. You give the 1099 NEC must also go to the IRS. So when you're issuing your 1099 NECs out, you're going to issue one to the IRS and you're also going to issue one to the independent contractor. And remember, this is if you pay them $600 or more for services provided. So I'm reading here, it seems like a lot. Is there any companies that can collect 1099s on my behalf? If you're meaning like prepare the 1099s for you, so if you have independent contractors and you need to get your 1099s prepared, then yes, that is a service that we do provide. Um we do process 1099s for companies who have independent contractors. There are also there's softwares out there that can help you um, prepare the 1099s. But yes, that is a service that we do provide. So if you do have independent contractors that you've paid more than $600 to, and you are required to send them or issue a 1099 to them, then yes, you would that is something that we will be able to help you with. Thank you for that question. Family Dad. I love that name, by the way. So, some of the other things that, so that was the 1099 NEC. So the 1099 miscellaneous is pretty much, it's not the same because it's not for non-employee compensations. So for the 1099 in miscellaneous, MISC, what you'll typically see, with them, reported on the 1099 miscellaneous will be rents, prizes and awards, legal services, and other payments. So, for instance, if you are if you are a home care agency and you're renting your home, so you have a home care business, you have a residential facility, and you are paying rent. You don't own the home, you're paying rent for that home. Um, you would issue a 10 a W-9, you would request the company or the landlord, you will request from them. I cannot say request. I'm struggling. You will request that for them to complete a W-9 for you. And then you would issue them a 1099 as well. Now, a lot of, because my question that came up with this is like, what if I'm renting an office space? Do I give the real estate agency that I'm renting the office space from, do I issue them a 1099 as well? But the answer to that is more the real estate companies, they normally are not, because it's the same requirement still applies. So if they are a sole proprietor or a partnership, then they would not need you would issue a 1099 for them. But if they're a corporation, then you will not issue a 1099 to them. And most real estate agencies, they are corporations. So that's why you don't see that a lot. But I know with the home care industry, if you're renting property or you're renting your home for your group home, then yes, you would go ahead and submit a W-9 to that landlord, because most of the time it's not an agency. Some of the times you're renting from an individual. So if that is the case, then yeah, go ahead and request for them to complete a W-9 and to also issue you, so you can issue them a 1099 miscellaneous. And now, I also wanted to, let's see, do I have any questions here? No questions at this time. I also want to mention that you can also receive a 1099 NEC or a 1099 miscellaneous. So, if, for instance, the 1099 miscellaneous, like for the home care industry, let's say you're receiving reimbursements from insurance companies. So, if you're receiving a reimbursement from an insurance company, then they more than likely will issue you a 1099 miscellaneous. um, a lot of the more common like companies that would issue these 1099s to you would be United Healthcare, Humana, Molina. So these are some of the most common insurance companies that group homes and those that are in the home care industry deal with, and they will issue you a 1099 miscellaneous for the services that we receive payments for. But another one that I would like to mention is like for law firms. I'm just throwing this out there, but for if you are a injury lawyer, for instance, you should also be looking to receive 1099 miscellaneous as well, because you receive reimbursements from these insurance companies and they will issue a 1099 miscellaneous. So it's important to have some kind of system in place to where you will be able to reconcile and make sure that what you are reporting, like if you're receiving a 1099 miscellaneous, make sure you can reconcile that or be able to verify that what they're giving you and they're saying that the income you receive from the insurance company, for instance, you can reconcile and know that they are giving you the proper information. Always be able to reconcile or see, make sure that the information you're receiving is correct. And also, even with you issuing your 1099 miscellaneous or your 1099 NECs, you should have a system in place to where you can verify that the information is correct. I am drinking my coffee. I know it is pretty late. It's 11 o'clock here. Um, so it is pretty late, but I can drink coffee all day. I was looking to see if I had any questions, so I don't see any questions about that. I do want to give you more information over the 1099s. So if you have any questions about what I've mentioned in this live stream or need any assistance with the 1099s, then, just reach out to me, let me know, and I am here to help you. Thank you for listening, for joining. Thank you for the questions, and I am hopping off, and I wish you all much success in your business. Thank you. Bye.